Now let's see how to do a BCD addition. So whenever I represent a decimal number in BCD, BCD means 8421 code, then when we add two numbers in BCD, then there will be some small problem there. Check this. Now assume that we are going to add two BCD numbers like this. Let us say the number is, I want to add 3 plus 6, right, in BCD. Then how do we add it? 3 in BCD is 0 0 1 1 and 6 in BCD is 0 1 1 0, right? And when I add these two, you do normal binary addition, nothing else. So 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, which means 1 followed by 0, so 1 is the carry. And 1 plus 1 is 2, which means 1 followed by 0, which is 2. And then 1. So what is this representation? What does this number 1001 represent? It is 9. Therefore 3 plus 6 is 9. Yes, it works perfectly fine. With this example, you might say that it is working. But the problem is, with these 4 bits, I told you that there are 16 combinations, and out of which only 10 combinations are valid and 6 combinations are invalid. Sometimes when we add the numbers, it so happens that we go into the invalid patterns or invalid combinations, right? I'll just take an example and show you what might happen. Let us say I want to add 3 plus 7 instead of 3 plus 6. Okay, now how are you going to represent 3? 0 0 1 1 and 7 is 0 1 1 1. Now let's add these two. 1 plus 1 is 2, which is nothing but 1 followed by 0, and 1 plus 1 is 3, which is nothing but 1 followed by 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2, which is nothing but 1 followed by 0, and then 1 here. Now if you see this pattern is invalid in BCD. Do you remember that? So only valid patterns are from 0 to 9. So after that it is invalid. So it represents 10, yes, but then this is not 10 in BCD, right? So how should 10 in BCD look like? It should look like 1 followed by 0. Every digit should be encoded separately, isn't it? So if the right answer has to be 0 0 0 1, which represents 1, followed by 0 0 0 0, which represents 0. Therefore 10 should have this pattern, but this is a different pattern. Therefore, yes, even though the answer is right, it is in binary, not in BCD. So when we add two BCD numbers, we expect the result to be in BCD, not binary. Okay. Now how to correct it? So whenever we get any invalid pattern, then what we do is we generally add a number 6 to it to correct it, which means we add 0 1 1 0 to correct it. So this is 6. So why are we adding 6? Because once we reach 9, from 9, see this, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15, right? So from 0 to 9 this is valid, and whenever we go here we again add 6 so that we can get it, which means to just bypass these 6 combinations, whenever we hit them we add 6 and then we get it into the range required. That is the reason. Okay, or if you didn't understand that whatever I did there, leave it. Just assume that whenever we get any invalid code in BCD, we try to add 6 to it to make it valid. Now let's add 6 to this one and let's see what happens. Now here you are going to get 0, and 1 plus 1 is 2, which is nothing but 1 followed by 0. 1 plus 1 is 2, which is nothing but 1 followed by 0. 1 plus 1 is 2, which is nothing but 1 followed by 0. Therefore this entire pattern, this represents 0, and this pattern, you can put any number of zeros here, right? This represents 1, which is nothing but 10, right? So what is the worst case? This is one case. So what can happen is, invalid code, you may not even get invalid code all the times. Even though you get a valid BCD number, still the result may be invalid. For example, I'll give you one more. Let us say, what is the worst case number that you might get? In worst case, when you are trying to add two BCD digits, what is the worst case output that you might get? What is the largest output that you can get? A number can be as big as 9, and 9 plus 9 can be a addition. Along with this, you might get a carry from the next least significant digits. Therefore, you might get carry as 1, and these numbers you might get in the inputs. Therefore, the output can be as big as 18, but then we have only 15 is the maximum that can be represented using 4 bits. Therefore, sometimes we might not even get the invalid pattern. Even though we get the valid patterns, then also the result might be wrong, and we might have to again correct it. I'll just show you what I'm trying to say here. I'll just explain you with an example. Let's add this. Let's say we want to add 9 and 9. Let's see what happens. If I add 9 and 9, the answer should be 18. So what is 9? 1 0 0 1. And what is 9? 1 0 0 1. This is 9 plus 9, right? Let's see what the result is according to this BCD addition. You just do binary addition. 1 plus 1 is 2, which is 1 followed by 0, and this is 1, this is 0, and this is 1 followed by 0, and this is 1. Okay, now if you observe it, so this is valid. If you take the number as a binary number as a whole, this is 18, answer is right. But when we convert it to this, BCD, and try to interpret as a BCD number, this one turns out to be 2, right? And this one turns out to be 1, because 3 zeros followed by 1, which means in BCD the result is 12. I added 9 and 9 and I got the result as 12, which is wrong. Therefore, what is that we are supposed to do? Take the result, and since you got a carry, even though the actual number is valid 2, 2 is valid combination, isn't it? What are the invalid combinations from 10 to 15? 2 is valid. Even though 2 is valid, since we got a carry, so whenever you get a carry or an invalid combination, in both these cases you are supposed to add 6 and get the answer. Okay, now what is it? 1 followed by 1 2 3 4. Now you add to this the correction. So what is the correction here? Plus 6 is the correction. Now just add them. 0, 1 plus 1 is 2, which means 1 0. 1 plus 1 is 2, which means 1 0. Here it is 1 and here it is 1, right? Now what is 1 followed by 3 zeros? 8. And what is this one? 1. Therefore the result is 18 as needed. So I think you are understanding this. So what is the simple rule? Whenever you add two BCD digits, there might be three cases. One is you will get a valid combination, valid pattern in the output, no need to do anything. Second thing is you might get an invalid pattern, then we are supposed to add the correction, which is plus 6. And the third thing is you might get the valid pattern, but along with that you might get a carry, then also you are supposed to add a correction factor, which is plus 6. I'll just take a number, big number, and I'll show you the addition. Just watch it once. Let's say I want to add 1 2 3 plus 7 8 9, something like this. I just want to add them and I want to see what the output is. So you just tell me what could be the output. It is 12, again it is 11, right, and it is 9. So 912 should be the output. So let's see what happens if you try to add them in BCD. See this? 1 2 3. 1 is nothing but 0 0 0 1, 2 is 0 0 1 0, 3 is 0 0 1 1, and 7 is 0 1 1 1, 8 is 1 0 0 0, and 9 is 1 0 0 1, right? So it is 1 0 1 0. Are you getting this? I am just doing the binary addition. 1 0 means 1 plus 1 is 2, that is why 1 0. 1 plus 1 is 2, that is why 1 0, and then 1 here and then 1 here. Now check this. Is the result valid? So result has to lie between 0 to 9, otherwise it is invalid, or if you get a carry it is invalid. But then if you watch it, it is invalid. The reason is simple. The number represents 12. So we have only from 0 to 9. So 12 is not valid. BCD. Therefore add 6, 0 1 1 0. Now check what is the result you are going to get. If I add 6, what is the result I am going to get? 0 1 and 1 0, because 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 0, and then 1 plus 1 is 2, therefore 0 here and then 1 here. I am going to add the carry, whatever carry is generated from here, to the next digits, right, just like the normal addition. Now what about this number? So clearly this particular pattern represents 2, which is the least significant digit in the sum required, right? And now just add this. So what do we get here? 1. What do you get here? 1. What do you get here? 0. What do you get here? 1. Again 1011 is I think 13, right? Not 13, I think 11. 1011 is 11. So again 11 is not valid. So just make it valid by adding 0, 1, 1, 0, this 6. Now what do we get here? So 1 plus this one is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 1 is 2 and 1 here, right? Now observe this. This represents 1. So I got 1 here, right? And now watch this one. So 1 plus 1 is 1, 1, right? 3. So 1 plus 1 is 2 and 1 plus 1 is 2 and 1. Now what does this represent? 9. 1001 represents 9, which is valid, and therefore you need not add the carry, or you need not correct it. Therefore leave it as it is, and this one represents 9. So we are going to add the correction only if it is required. So 912 is what we are supposed to get, and that is what we got. So what do you understand from this? We are going to add the correction only when it is required. What are the required cases? One is when the output is in the invalid range, or second one is if you get a carry. Then in these two cases you are going to add a correction. How much is the correction? 6. Here the important question is, what is the correction we use in BCD addition? That is the important question. And what is that? 6. You can take more examples and you can solve them also if you want. Fine.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is, we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.